Before you go on a date, please do not bring these things up. Number one, financial difficulties. I had a client tell me that he went on a date and the first thing they started talking about was their financial difficulties. Well, his financial difficulties, being broke, struggling with the rent, the bills. And then he wondered why the date excused herself and never came back. First of all, you shouldn't be going on a date if you're broke. It just is what it is. I know they say a partner can help you, uplift you, guide you, motivate you, but for the first initial stages, you have to have somewhat of a comfortability or a sense of non-struggling, because you don't want to enter a relationship and then it starts off by you saying, or you going through financial difficulties because you're trying to build on wet sand. Everything is just going to collapse. I mean, I was actually very shocked. I actually had to say this personally because if I was going through financial difficulties, I wouldn't go on a date. That would be the last thing on my mind. In my head, I don't think I should even be thinking about the opposite sex. The only thing I should be thinking about is building my career, building my investments, building my savings, making sure I'm good. But when you go on a date, please, if you are going through difficulties financially, get those sorted first, because those are a priority. But if you just can't help yourself and you have no discipline and you do decide to go on a date despite you going through hardship, don't mention it. Because when you mention it, it comes across that you're needy, you want sympathy, or you want help. And when you go into a relationship, the male is the provider. They establish the security. So that's not something that you want to be bringing up. Number two, your ex-partner, especially if you're talking about them in a negative way, it just draws the attention of the person that you're trying to get to know. You're trying to know someone. You get to a first date. It's an intimate moment. You want to show your best self. You want to show yourself in the best light. For females and males, there's no need to be mentioning your ex-partner. I mean, what it shows, what it says is, are you still attached to them? Are you not over them? Do you still have feelings? Do they still get under your skin? That means you're not ready to move on. So if you have the need to mention your ex-partner, have some basic self-awareness and think to yourself, why am I mentioning them? These people are not a part of my life. Whether it's a negative or positive experience, you move on, you learn from it, you grow from it, and you just move on. Why? There is no need to mention your ex-partner, especially on a first date. I mean, when you've got to know each other and you've established a bond between the person you're dating or you're seeing, yeah, you can talk about your past experience. You could have a laugh, you could have a giggle, you could have a moment where you want to share experiences. Unless the person doesn't ask you to bring it up, don't bring it up, because it's just it's a red flag to say that to the person that you maybe not be over them yet. And you might as well be over them. But if you're mentioning it, it kind of says something else. So there's no need. Just keep that one away. Number three, complaining. If you're complaining about your job or your life, it's just a negative, draining experience. You want to show yourself in the best light. You want to show the best version of yourself. You want to be happy. You want to be enthusiastic. You're excited. You're meeting a new person. You get to share an experience with an amazing person, or who you think is an amazing person, or who has potential to be your partner. You don't want to complain, because it shows a lot about your character. People don't like to be around negative people. That's why negative people normally are lonely, because they just see the bad things in the world, and you don't want to hang around someone who just sees the bad things in the world. Whether you do have a terrible life or a terrible job that you don't like, there is a time and a place to speak about it. It most certainly is not the time to speak about it on your first date, because it just feels like you're just dumping issues on them, you know? It doesn't really feel like a date. It feels like you should be speaking to a life coach. My details are down below if you do need to speak to a life coach or you do need some advice. But complaining and just dumping your emotional life and your negative complaints about life, that person's not really going to be interested in you, because it's not a long-term goal or plan for a male or female just to hear someone complain and be negative. And if you just lust over the person, you know, that person's good looking, and you overlook that in the beginning, it's gonna end up annoying you eventually, because no one likes to be with energy drainers. It's just a known fact. Why would you want someone sucking the life out of you? You're just going to be moody and depressed. You want someone that's uplifting. You want someone that's going to make you happy, make you see the good things in life. It's just like for me, well, as soon as I wake up, I just say to myself, what's 3 things I'm grateful for? And that just sets the tone for the day. If I say what 3 things I'm not grateful for, I mean, like, what sort of day am I actually setting myself up to have? So why would you want a date like that? And if you are going on the first date, talk about things that you enjoy. Talk about things that makes you excited about life. Talk about your hobbies, your passions, where you see yourself in 5, 10 years time. Make them feel connected to you. Make them feel empowered. And I hope you have a lovely date if you are going on a date, or if you have a relationship. I wish you all the best. Everyone deserves love. And if you need assistance, or you need some sort of assistance with life or relationship, my ebook is now £1 on my website. The link will be below. Have a read through it, get some guidance, some real life experiences, implement that in your life, and have a good one. Take care and all the best. Peace.